Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to mod Marvel Rivals in Season 1. Now, keep in mind that this tutorial is only for characters, and if you're trying to get audio mods or UI mods to work, those tutorials will be released at a later date. Now, with that being said, let us begin. If you have tried a method prior to coming to this video, I recommend that you do a clean reinstall. I'll show you how to do that in Steam. Go ahead and open Steam and find Marvel Rivals in your library. Right-click Marvel Rivals, hover your mouse over Manage, and click Browse Local Files. You should see this. Go to Common, right-click Marvel Rivals, and delete it. Now, once you do that, keep in mind that Marvel Rivals should be dragged to your recycling bin after you click delete. If you want to free up space, go and open your recycling bin and make sure you permanently delete it from there. Once you've done that, go ahead and right-click Marvel Rivals in Steam again. Go to Manage and click on Install. After you uninstall your game, reinstall it and we can continue with the guide. Now, what you're going to need is 2 folders. You should be able to find those in the description of the video. Go ahead and scroll down to the description and you should see Marvel 7-zip. Go ahead and click the Google Drive link that's right next to it. Go ahead and click download and then click download anyway. Bear in mind that this file is 4.3 gigs and it may take a while to download. Once that's done, go back to the description and then do the same thing with RepakUnpak. Click it and then click download in the top right corner. Once you have those downloaded, you should see 2 files that look like this, RepakUnpak and Marvel. For RepakUnpak, you're going to need to extract it. You should be able to just right click it and then click extract all, and then you'll get this folder that's completely extracted. For Marvel, you should be able to do the exact same thing unless you are on an older build of Windows 10. Now, if you are, then you may need to download a software called WinRAR or another software called 7-zip. Once you have those, you should be able to extract this folder and you should get this Marvel folder right here. Go ahead and open the Marvel folder that you just extracted and go back to Steam. Now you're in Steam, right click Marvel Rivals, Manage, and then Browse Local Files. Click that and you should see this. Go ahead and minimize Steam. Now what you're going to want to do in the game files is open Marvel Game, Marvel, Content. Keep this there. Go ahead and drag Marvel from here into Content, like so. It should drag in 3 items, and this should be relatively quick. Give it one moment. See, 2 items so far, and I just need 1 more. Boom. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this, and here are my game files. Once that is done, if you open your Marvel folder, it should look exactly like this. You should see characters, non-assets to copy, VFX. If you don't see characters and VFX and you only see non-assets to copy in Marvel, go ahead and drag the Marvel folder that's in here into Content, like so. Once that is done, it should end up looking like this: characters, non-assets to copy, and VFX. Once that is correct, go ahead and go back to Content and open Packs. Now, once you're in this folder, you should see a lot of different pack files. The only one that we're going to focus on today is pack chunk character-windows.pack. It should be the second one. Go ahead and click it, right click, and delete it. Now what we're going to do is make sure that the game launches and doesn't complain about corruption. Let's go ahead and launch the game. Wait for it. Launch. Now, if you click launch and the game says corrupted files, go ahead and make sure you did the clean reinstall like I mentioned earlier in the video. If you still have problems, go ahead and private message me on Discord, which you can find in the description, and I'll be glad to find a way to help you. I went ahead and cut my PC loading into the game, but if you made it this far, then you should be good to go. Go to Heroes and hover your mouse over a hero. I'm going to use Bruce Banner as an example. He should not load for a little bit. As you can see, some of these heroes are taking a while to load. If that's the case, that means you've done everything correct so far. They should be taking a second to load. As you can see, they are. Same with Adam Warlock and everything. Perfect. If that's correct, go ahead and close your game. Now what we're going to do is start installing the mods. So, I have my mods right here. One of them is a Season 1 mod, and the other is a Season 0 mod. The differences between Season 1 and Season 0 is that any mod created prior to January 10th of 2025 is a Season 0 mod and should end in .pack and look exactly like this. Any mod updated or created after January 10th of 2025 should look like this. Let's go ahead and start with the Season 0 mod. Let's drag in my mod into RepakUnpak, the extracted folder. Go ahead and open RepakUnpak, and you should see this. Your mod should be right here. You should see unpack_pack, settings, repack, and then this DLL file. We're not going to worry about anything but unpack_pack. Go ahead and drag your mod over unpack_pack and let go. You should see this. Now, if you don't see this, it will just automatically create a folder, but if you do see this, go ahead and click more info and run anyway. And it created a folder. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is go back to the game files. So go back into Steam, right click Marvel Rivals, manage, browse local files. I'm going to minimize Steam now. And go to Marvel Game, Marvel, Content, Marvel, Characters. You're going to see a whole list of numbers. Leave this be for the time being. Go ahead and open your mod folder in RepakUnpak, like so. Go to Marvel, Content, Marvel, Characters, and you should also see a 4 numbers right here. It begins with 10. Go ahead and drag this folder into Characters, so right here where it says Move to Characters, or you can drag it right here, Move to Characters. Let go, and it's going to ask you to replace files. Go ahead and click Yes, replace the files in the destination. Should be done relatively quick. And now what we're going to do is launch the game. Go back to Steam, click play, and attempt to launch your game. I'm going to go ahead and skip my shaders compiling process, and I'll meet you when I'm in the game. Alrighty. Let's make sure that my mod successfully installed. Let's go to Heroes, and it should be a mod for the Punisher. Let me hover my mouse over him, and boom, my mod worked successfully. Now let's go ahead and test it inside the training range. Now, I'm going to go ahead and select the Punisher and confirm it.
Only cowards see shades of gray.
So, this is normal. Your character should be invisible, and so should the UI be for a couple seconds. If you are running this game on a hard drive, it may be invisible for up to a minute. Once your character is successfully loaded in, you can go ahead and start walking around with him. Let's just make sure all of
down and out.
Let's go ahead and let's pop his ultimate, why not?
Judge, jury, executioner!
Double kill! That's 3! Wow, 4 in a row! Oh, that's amazing! Unbelievable!
Another bump in the road.
As you can see, everything successfully worked. My skin is going perfectly fine, and everything looks perfect. So let me go ahead and show you how to install a Season 1 mod now. Go ahead and exit to desktop. And we're going to go back to where I installed my Season 1 mod. Okay, here's my Season 1 mod. I'm going to go ahead and extract it. It should look like this. Now, what you're going to want to do is go to Marvel, Characters, and leave that 4 numbers there. Now let's go back to the game files. Here they are. Drag in 1040 into Characters, either here or here. And it's going to ask you to replace. Go ahead and select yes, replace the files in the destination. Once that is done, your mods should be successfully working. And let's go ahead and launch the game again and make sure that they are. You can just click launch game once it finishes preparing. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and skip the shaders compiling process again. I'll see you when I'm in the main menu. Alright, and my game is successfully launched. The mod that I installed was for Mr. Fantastic, so let's go into Heroes, and let's click him and see if my mod loaded. There is my mod. So let's go ahead and try and trade. Load into the practice range. Give it 1 second. Should load in quickly. Alright, here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and select Mr. Fantastic right here. As you can see, he's also invisible.
Winning isn't always about hitting harder. Sometimes it's about thinking harder.
Which again is
We've
also
been discovered.
As normal for it to be, you know, invisible for a little bit. Depends on your hard drive speed or SSD speed. So, looks like my mod works perfectly. Everything seems to be working good. Let's go ahead and pop my ultimate.
Fantastic! Ha!
Yeah, see,
I bought this.
Double kill!
Predictable outcome.
Alrighty, everything seems to be going well with my season 1 mod. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and close my game. So with that done, that about wraps up the tutorial. If you need any more help, my Discord user is in the description of the video, and feel free to add me and DM me if you have any questions, concerns, or complaints. With that being said, that wraps up my tutorial, and I hope to see you in my audio tutorial and my UI tutorial that's coming up soon. So yeah,